Hey everyone, Adam here. This is the third and final set from June 1st, 2024 against my good friend Matt. And actually, it's not even a set, it's a single game, and you'll wonder why it's 11 minutes long, even though we have had games that have been 11 minutes long. This is 9-ball banks. And I'm going to flip over to the table here, and you can see that it is a standard 9-ball rack. The way 9-ball banks are played is it's a first person to get 5 banks wins the game. Typically, if you're watching this, like Derby City is probably the most famous bank pool tournament that I know of. It's a race to 3, so whoever gets the first of 3 games. We're only doing a single game here because they can tend to be long and drawn out. It's broken the same way as 9-ball. If anything goes in on the break, it's spotted after the first person's shots. 9-ball doesn't matter. It doesn't matter any order. You can play any ball in any order. Banks have to go in clean. That means no kisses, no combos, no off the rail, off a ball. If you call a 1-rail bank and it happens to go 3 rails back and forth, it does not count. Let me see what else. Other than that, it's just banks. I'll kind of explain as we go along. Let's get going here. Matt has I think I even gave him the break. We didn't have enough time to do a full set, and I said, "Oh, just break and go ahead." So here we go. The score is 0-0. First person to 5 banks wins. Matt got the corner ball down. He almost scratched here, and let's see what he has. The 2 may go cross corner up on the upper left. The 4, or the 5, I should say, goes cross corner to the lower left. That's about all he has here right now. We're talking about something I don't know what. As he's looking at the table here. That's the 5. He's looking at the 5. It's a really interesting game because your first reaction is just to go at every bank, but you'll find out safety play is very important in this. I did take the 4-ball. It's sitting back by me by the table, so I can make sure to spot that after Matt's done shooting here. But it is harder to get a leave on multiple banks unless you really know what you're doing. The problem is if you're leaving yourself a shot and you miss, you leave your opponent the same shot. So we'll see what happens here. I have no idea what we're talking about. I don't have the volume on the video, so I have no idea. I suppose I could go back and find out, but it's not going to really help you now, is it? Let's see. Poked it down a little bit, and he's going to end up scratching. Oh, no, he isn't scratching. He ended up making the 5-ball 2 rails, which doesn't count, so that comes up in spots. And then the 4-ball is also going to spot because that was made on the break. So the person you don't get points for making a ball on the break. You just get the right to shoot. So now I'm looking at this table. I don't really have a whole lot. If I can get enough of the 8 to get it past the 4, I think what I'm trying to do here is take the 2 and play it past the 1 in the upper right. But I'm also playing the cue ball, trying to leave it on the bottom rail. Matt here has the 6 straight back, which is in the lower right, or the 8 probably isn't going to go in the side. It could go cross corner up in the upper right, or we could play safe here. I think you can play the 8 and make it pretty safe by playing some low left on it and bringing it down to the bottom rail, kind of underneath the 4-ball. I think he went all out to try to make it. And he scratched. Now what that means is that he owes a ball. So Matt's actually at -1 right now. I put a coin up by his side of the table. I put a penny up there to signify for us. And as far as the scoring goes, there's really this scoreboard doesn't do negative, so I'm just going to leave it at 0, and we'll just have to remember that Matt owes one. Scratch is ball in hand in the kitchen. I do have a line drawn up there. You can't see it on the camera here, but it is in a white pencil. I'm going to take the 6 straight back. Got that one pretty decent. So Matt's going to click 1 for me. I don't really have a shot on the 5 here. I'm looking at the 1. It's a really, really tough bank, but I can leave the cue ball up there and leave it safe. I'm trying to hit the 1 in between the 3 and the 7, miss the cue ball on the way up, and have it come down to the lower left. Instead, I hit the 7, but I left everything really safe here. There's no banks here. You could probably maybe go after the 5 and cross it, but that's a pretty low percentage shot. He should be looking for some sort of safety here. If you can just kind of edge the left side of the 3 ball and move that, you have the cue ball hit the rail, come back into the 8, that should be good. I think that's what he might be looking at, or hit the 3 on itself. Yeah, you just hit the 8 into the 7 into the rail. Now there's no banks up here. The 1 might go to the lower left. It could go to the lower right, but it's really hard to reach, and there's a really big chance of scratching off the back of the 3. So I think I'm taking the 1 in the lower left and then trying not to leave a shot here. Instead, I double kissed the 1, but left it pretty safe. Now again, normally like the 3 ball sitting there, you could bank a ball past it, like if you're playing 8 ball or 9 ball or 10 ball, and it's considered a big pocket. But if he would try to bank, say, the 7, and it hit the 3 and went in, it would not count. It has to be a clean bank. He's playing the 2 cross side into the right side pocket here. I think he needed something to cut the angle off there. Here I could maybe play the 3 in the lower left. Instead, I'm playing the 8 in the left side. And it didn't open up as much as I thought it would. Played that with a little bit of lower left spin and was hoping it would hit the rail and open up. I don't know if he can bank the 7 past the 8 in the side. He could bank the 7 2 rails on the right side. I don't think the 3, he can cross the 3 without getting the cue ball in the way. I think he's looking at the 7 here past the 8 in the left side. I think that goes. I just barely missed it. That's a really good attempt by him. Oh, let's see what I have here. Not a whole lot. I think I'm playing the 2 back to my right here, the upper left pocket. This is a tough shot because if it hits the rail at all, it's going to hit the 3. Yep, hit the 3. It didn't go in. If it would have gone in, it wouldn't have counted. It would have had to spot up. But I've also locked up that pocket. Here you could play the 4 to the lower left. The 9 probably goes to the lower left, or the 7 to the upper right. The 3 can go to the lower right. I don't think the 3 goes to the lower left. I think the 8's in the way. I think he's going to play the 3 back behind in the pocket where he's at right now, lower right pocket. Close. He did sink the 2, so that comes up and it gets spotted. I can't get it on the spot itself. You can't really see it behind the 5, so I have to put it behind the 4. Things have moved around a little bit in there, so I do have a line drawn there, and they should be straight, but can't really tell. I'm going to play the 3-ball in the upper left. And I came into these balls pretty nice. I don't think I can play the 1 because I think the 9's in the way, but I think the 4 can go past the 5. The 2 maybe even go to the lower right, but I'm playing the 4 here. 4 is going on the left side. I'm on 3, and now I can play the 5 in the same pocket. I need 2 balls to win here. Matt still needs 6. And I just barely missed that side pocket. Left thing's pretty okay for Matt. He can take this 5 straight back in the lower right. I don't think that I don't think from this angle the 2 or the 1 can go past the 9. So he's gonna go after this 5-ball. I think you need a little bit more speed, otherwise the angle opened up a little bit too much on him. So I'm 2 banks away here. The 7 looks pretty good in the upper left. I don't know if I can stiff this up or I have to cross the cue ball over it. Matt's packing stuff up already because this is we're right at time where he has to get going. Yeah, I crossed this one. Hit that really good. As long as I stay on this side of these balls, I think I can play the 9 next. Or the 5 in the left side. So I need 1 ball left. Matt needs all of them plus 1. So in the case where, let's say I miss this, actually I'm playing the 5 in the upper left corner. Kind of also playing the cue ball back down to the bottom rail here. Nailed the bank, almost scratched, but I got it. Final score 5 to -4, or -1, I'm sorry. And that's that. So that was a much quicker one. It was only 1 game. We're probably going to play a set of banks at one point, but these games can go on pretty long. I've seen pro matches that 1 game can take an hour, just because of all the safeties, and especially if you get hill and there's 1 ball left, you don't want to really sell it out. So it's kind of like 1 pocket at that point. But this was something a little bit different. Thought we would do, instead of just doing like a race to 3 or whatever, we didn't really have that much time. So we decided to do 1 game of banks, knowing it could go 20 or 30 minutes, or it could go 11 in this case. So that's it. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if we got anything wrong. I think we got everything right here as far as rules go. Like I said, I wasn't able to put a negative up on the scoreboard, so it was final score is me 5, Matt -1, and until next time, we'll see you later.